Welcome to Higher Education Marketing Institute's podcast. Today we're going to talk about what it really means to own the beachfront in Google's AI-driven search results and why the old content playbook just doesn't cut it anymore. If you're an enrollment or marketing leader, this is the episode that will probably make you rethink how your team measures visibility, trust, and content value.
The last few months have made it clear. Search isn't just changing, it's shrinking. AI overviews, conversational queries, and information agents are taking over the top of the page. The result? Fewer links, more answers right on the SERP, and a real fight for what's left of that prime real estate. The metaphor that keeps coming up, beachfront property, isn't just hype, it's reality.
Let's get specific. According to the latest analysis from Higher Education Marketing Institute, Google's AI overviews and conversational search now reach billions of users. That means a lot of prospective students are seeing answers, comparisons, and even application tips before they ever click through to a school's site. If your content doesn't show up in those overviews, you're invisible, no matter how much traffic you used to get.
And the kicker is, being visible isn't about churning out more pages. In fact, publishing more with AI can actually hurt you if it just adds to the pile of lookalike generic content. Google's own guidance and the latest from EducationDynamics both point to the same thing. Non-commodity content is the only thing that stands a chance. If your pages could be written by anyone with access to a chatbot, you're competing with infinity and losing.
So what does non-commodity content look like in higher ed? It's not just formatting or schema, it's about specificity, perspective, and evidence. Think operational insights, real student stories, data that only you have, and clear, decisive answers. EducationDynamics put it bluntly. The internet is entering a phase where production is cheap, but perspective is expensive.
That's a tough pill for a lot of teams used to scaling up content for every keyword. But the shift is unavoidable. As HEMI's research shows, AI overviews and answer engines don't need another generic explanation of financial aid or application deadlines. They need something new, something that adds information value. That's what gets cited, surfaced, and trusted.
Let's talk about trust signals, because this is where a lot of higher ed sites fall short. AI overviews are looking for accreditation, third-party rankings, authentic reviews, and outcomes. If those signals aren't obvious on your page and structured so that machines can read them, you're handing the beachfront to someone else.
And it's not just about having the right logos or testimonials. Machines want proof. That's where structured data, clear citations, and verifiable results come in. If you're still hiding your best evidence in a PDF or a buried subpage, you're not even in the conversation. And let's be honest, every school claims to be student-centered and innovative. The bar is higher now.
This is where answer engine optimization, AEO, comes into play. Jennifer Ravey, writing for EducationDynamics, compared AEO to writing a research paper. You need credible sources, citation chains, depth, and a clear hierarchy. Basically, the same skills we teach students, evaluate sources, show your work, and contribute something original, are now what Google's models reward.
It's a little ironic, isn't it? For years, marketers treated SEO as a technical checklist. Now, academic rigor, real citations, structured arguments, and clear contributions are what's driving visibility. If you wouldn't accept your own content as a source in a research paper, it's probably not going to get cited by an AI either.
Let's not ignore the economics. Paid search is getting more expensive, not less. According to benchmark data cited by Advanced Education, the cost per click for enrollment keywords keeps rising, especially in competitive programs like healthcare and technology. Schools that just throw more money at ads without fixing their conversion paths are wasting budget. Every extra dollar is a leak if your inquiry to application flow isn't airtight.
And the fix isn't just about spending smarter. It's about clarifying your positioning and making sure your message is unmistakable on every channel, not just your website. As more prospective students research across Google, YouTube, social, and even AI tools, you need a consistent, credible story everywhere. The days of optimizing for just one channel are over.
Let's get tactical. If you want to audit your top pages for AI and human visibility, start with 3 questions. 1. Does this page offer something new, or is it just echoing what's already out there? 2. Are trust signals like accreditation, rankings, and authentic reviews impossible to miss? And 3, is everything structured so both people and machines can scan, cite, and reuse it?
And if you're not sure where to start, HEMI's own audits suggest beginning with your highest traffic program pages. That's where the stakes are highest, and where AI overviews are most likely to pull answers. Use heading hierarchy, FAQ blocks, and structured data to make your content easy for AI to parse. If you're missing schema markup or your citations are buried, you're leaving points on the table.
Metrics are shifting too. Traffic is now a vanity metric in an AI-first SERP. What matters is presence. Are you showing up in AI overviews, being cited as an authoritative source, and getting included in the comparisons and summaries that drive zero-click decisions? If you're still reporting on page views alone, you're missing the real story.
And that shift can be uncomfortable. For years, teams celebrated traffic spikes and organic ranking gains. Now you have to ask, did that visibility actually move inquiries to deposits? Did it earn a citation in an AI answer? The best teams are tying SEO and content efforts directly to CRM revenue and pipeline, not just Google Analytics sessions.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Publishing more with AI tools won't save you if the output is bland. Google and EducationDynamics both point out that the future of SEO is actually more human, not less. The irony is, the easier content is to produce, the less valuable it becomes, unless you layer in your own data, perspective, and judgment.
Right, and that means content teams need to act more like interviewers and less like assembly lines. Pull insights from faculty, students, and alumni. Use real outcomes, not just marketing claims. Don't be afraid to show where your program excels or where you're still improving. AI systems are looking for evidence, not just polish.
This is also where program-level demand modeling comes in. HEMI's recent playbooks emphasize tracking search and AI answer visibility at the program level, not just at the brand or campus level. If you see a drop in visibility for a key program, that's an early warning, long before you see it in applications or deposits.
It's worth noting, too, that manual editorial review isn't always a virtue. Automated checks for structure, accessibility, and compliance can outperform committees on speed and consistency. The real differentiator is still the substance, what you're saying, not just how you format it.
So, if you're listening and wondering where to actually start this week, here's a quick checklist based on HEMI and EducationDynamics guidance. 1. Audit your top program pages for unique contribution and clear trust signals. 2. Add structured data and FAQ blocks for AI readability. 3. Make your most credible outcomes and reviews visible and machine readable. 4. Track your presence in AI overviews and answer engines, not just traffic. 5. Tighten your inquiry to application flow before spending another dollar on paid search.
And remember, this isn't a one-and-done project. The shoreline is moving every month. AI overviews, conversational search, and information agents will keep changing how students find and trust institutions. The only constant is the need for credible, differentiated, research-grade content, plus a strategy that's nimble enough to adapt. Before we close, I want to push on one point that can get lost when people hear research-grade content. This does not mean every program page needs to read like a journal article. Prospective students are not asking for a literature review. They are asking, can I do this program with my schedule? Can I afford it? And will it get me somewhere I actually want to go? Research grade means the answer is specific, sourced, and useful enough to trust.
That distinction matters. The EducationDynamics piece on AEO uses the research paper comparison because AI systems need structure and support. But for enrollment teams, the work is practical. If a nursing program page says graduates are prepared for career advancement, show the credential path, licensure details, clinical placement support, employer signals, and outcomes. Do not make the student infer the proof.
And do not hide the proof in the places only internal teams know to check. A lot of colleges have good evidence scattered across accreditation pages, assessment PDFs, news releases, alumni profiles, and departmental microsites. Humans miss that. AI systems miss it too. The content problem is often not that the institution lacks credibility. It is that credibility is not packaged where the decision is happening.
That connects back to the advanced education argument about acquisition costs. When paid clicks get more expensive, weak content gets more expensive too. A paid search campaign can bring the right student to the page, but if the page still sounds like every competitor, the budget is doing the work the content should have done. Better positioning lowers waste because the visitor can tell quickly whether the program fits.
This is the uncomfortable part for higher ed marketers. AI search may reduce some clicks, but it also exposes whether the institution has a clear answer. If Google's AI overview, ChatGPT, Perplexity, or another answer surface compares programs, the model is going to favor pages with clean facts, explicit trade-offs, and external support. Flexible, affordable, career-focused is not enough. Everyone says that. The question is, compared with what, for whom, and with what evidence?
So the operating model changes. Content teams need a source-gathering rhythm, not just a publishing calendar. Each priority program should have a living evidence file: faculty expertise, accreditation notes, student questions, outcome data, employer partnerships, transfer pathways, modality constraints, tuition and aid details, and objections admissions counselors hear every week. That file becomes the raw material for pages, FAQs, AI-readable summaries, ads, email, and counselor follow-up.
I like that because it keeps the AI conversation grounded. The point is not, let the machine write more pages. The point is to use AI to organize what the institution actually knows, then have humans decide what belongs on the page. That last step is still judgment. Some facts matter legally. Some matter emotionally. Some should be said plainly because they help a student self-select. Some should be left out because they create noise.
Measurement has to catch up with that model. If the article is right that the SERP is turning into a decision surface, then teams need to track more than rank and sessions. Track AI overview presence for key program questions. Track whether third-party sources mention the institution accurately. Track branded and non-branded answer quality. Then connect those signals to inquiry quality, application starts, and deposit movement where the data allows it.
And be honest about the limits. Attribution will not be perfect. Analytics are opinions with decimal points, but directional signals are still useful. If a program starts appearing in AI answers for high-intent questions and the inquiry mix improves 2 months later, that is not proof by itself. It is a clue worth investigating. The mistake is pretending the old dashboard still explains the whole journey.
For a small team, the first move does not have to be huge. Pick 3 program pages that matter commercially. For each one, ask 5 questions. What does this page say that a competitor cannot say? What proof is visible without scrolling forever? What would an AI answer need to cite us confidently? What student objection is unanswered? And what conversion step should happen next if the student is convinced?
That last question is where content and conversion meet. A research-grade page with a vague next step still leaks demand. If the student is comparing cost, offer the cost explainer. If they are comparing fit, offer a program conversation. If they are checking deadlines, make the application path obvious. The beachfront is valuable only if there is a clean path from attention to action.
That is probably the clearest takeaway from the whole roundup. Owning the beachfront is not about vanity visibility. It is about earning the answer, proving the claim, and making the next step easy. Higher ed teams that treat those as one system will have a better shot in AI-driven search than teams still separating SEO, content, paid media, and admissions follow-up into separate lanes. Bottom line, don't chase the latest algorithm tweak. Build for research-grade quality, obvious trust signals, and frictionless conversion. The brands that win will look less like content mills and more like the sources students and search engines actually trust.